My name's Darren. Welcome to my workshop. Today I'm going to do an unboxing of the Ryobi R18MT-0 Multitool. Ryobi again, yeah. I haven't got a thing for Ryobi, it's just turned out that way because I've got the batteries, they all seem to fit together. And occasionally they offer a niche product that doesn't really seem to be covered by Festool, for example. I am a bit of a Festool fan. And this is a prime example. This is a battery powered multi-tool. The Festool one is still corded. They don't have a battery one yet. And while it is well and truly a superior machine, that's 700 Australian dollars. This was 149. Now, something that's only going to see occasional use, I think this will be fine. But anyway, onto the unboxing, and let's see what we get in the packet. So of course we get a standard set of instructions, the unit itself, a hose attachment for dust extraction, which is nice, a depth of cut stop or a depth stop, some triangular sandpaper squares for me to throw away. No, I won't throw them away. I just won't use this as a sander because I've got proper sanders. Okay, triangle delta piece for the sandpapers and two blades. We've got one straight blade and one semicircular blade. Okay, now it doesn't come with a battery, but I've got batteries for my other gear, so let's give it a try. It's supposed to be a quick release system, so let's flip that back, flip that fella on. There we go. There's some little teeth. Let me show you on this one. Some little teeth that line up with these, so it holds it in position. Now, some of the earlier versions of these multi-tools didn't have the teeth like that, which meant these blades were left free to slide around. All right, let's pop that fella on there and give it a try. We've got variable speed control under here. You've seen the quick release for the tool. There we go, quick release tool system. Also, you can obviously put it on an angle and what have you for getting into difficult spots. There we go. Speaking of difficult spots, there we go. And also, there is a cheaper model than this, a $99 model, but it doesn't have this, which is the adjustable head. Again, for getting into difficult areas. So you press the little button on the bottom, end like such, and it allows to tilt at different angles. Written on the side of the unit are the actual tilt angles. So if you wanted something specific, you could dial it in there. It does have pre-stops. You're not going to get in between. You're not going to get 46 degrees, but you are going to get 45, 22.5, and so on, all the way up to 90 degrees. All right, let's give this thing a test. Just grab some safety glasses. Earmuffs just in case it's very loud. Let's give it a try on this piece of wood here and see what we get. I'm just going to try just a plunge cut into this. Okay, doesn't seem to be cutting a thing. Let's try again. I've upped the speed to 6 now. It was only on 1 before. Let's try it. There we go. It actually works well on speed 6. There is a slight burning smell coming from the wood while I'm doing this, but I can't see any signs of burning. All the sawdust seems to be we go, ideal for doing plunge cuts into things. Let's try the depth stop. To place the depth stop onto the unit, you press this button in here on the depth stop collar, which in turn presses these two little clips in and retracts this spring, which is part of the clip, further into the housing and allows it to slide onto the unit. So, in short, press the button, stick it on. And then the rest of the depth stop slides up as such and clamps into place with that little tab. Now you can see that here there's millimetre increments on the depth stop, so obviously you would zero this out first, your blade out first to the surface if you would, that's your zero, and then bring it in till you get your desired depth of cut, which could be anywhere up to the length of the blade pretty much. And what I've done is I've zeroed it, so I'll just show you again. I've got the blade on the surface, so obviously that's zero. We'll pop that down to the 0 mark. Now we're going to drop that back. Let's do a 5mm hole. So what have we got? Let's if we move by the increments, 1, 2, 5 is right there. So let's slide that back by 5mm. There we go, and lock it in place. So in theory we should get a 5mm cut now. Let's try that. Does have a tendency to skate around a little bit, which can be an issue. Hit the depth stop. One thing to be careful of, I just found out, if you tilt it, obviously you're going to get slightly deeper than 5mm, or whatever your setting might be. Skate it again. I guess if you were doing something important, the trick here would be to butt a piece of stock up against, let's grab a scrap out of the bin. So we could butt a piece of stock up against there to stop that from sliding, put that in place, there we go, and use that as a guide. There we go. That works better. Now I was going to measure that to see how accurate it was, but I don't have a gauge that small that will fit in that gap to see how deep that is. But anyway, there we go, we've got a depth stop. Also in the kit was a dust extractor. Let's try that out. Alright, let's put the dust extractor on. That's nice, so that just locks into place. Although it could be firmer. Let's try it on that side. There we go. Now we've got the dust extractor in place. Let's pop a blade back on. Let's try a different blade this time. Ah, bad move. That blade doesn't want to play with this dust extractor. Or does it? Oh yes, it will. As well as the quick release on the system, we've got this little screw here. So you've got to tighten that up and then flip this quick release clamp for that to tighten up fully. Alright, now how's this going to fare with the old Festool hose? Let's have a look. So we've got the Festool hose here, and look at that, it fits. There you go, Craig, learn something from Ryobi. Let's give that a whirl and see how well that works. We'll flick him on. Pick up the dust. There we go. Alright, let's let him go. See how we go. Try going inside. Well, it seems that the dust extractor doesn't really do much. Look at this. It's not picking up much at all, really. Fairly useless. There might be some situations it would work well. I should imagine if we were going in this way, we might pick up something. Let's try that. Little last test, see how we do. Oh, glasses first. Alrighty. Okay, so if you're using the dust extractor in a situation like up against a wall, between the wall and the floor, maybe doing skirting boards or something like that, the dust extractor works. But if you're doing something where you're cutting at the tip in open air, like this, or like that, it gets very little in the way of dust extraction. Okay, I've brought this over to the light so as hopefully you can see on this dust extractor just how small that inlet hole is. Let me see if I can get right up there. Oops, there you go. That's the inlet hole. This is my little finger in comparison. So that's why it's not sucking up a heap of dust. Alright, so that's the bulk of it. What else do you need to know about the tool? Well, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to read the specs off the box to let you know. It says it's a 5-position articulating head. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's true. Tool-free blade change. Yes, we've seen that. Voila. Off it comes. Sometimes you've got to give it that little extra twist on there. Like I mentioned, you've got this extra screw here. What happens is that screw, let's get it down in front of this camera. It's this screw that actually, or this head that actually clamps the tool against the teeth. You can see you've got some manual adjustment first to get it into place, and then the clamp. Alrighty. What else does it say? Variable speed with 6 speed stages, yes. But if you want to cut wood, go to 6. It didn't seem to work at number 1. What we really want though is the tech specs. Where are they? Oh, I could have sworn I saw them. Here we go. Technical specifications are, it's 18 volts, takes your standard Ryobi 1+ lithium-ion battery, of which I now have quite a few, 3 or 4. 10,000 to 20,000 oscillations per minute. An oscillation angle of 3.2 degrees, that's fairly standard for these things, and a weight without the battery, 1.35 kilograms. Yeah, it is nice and light, so using it for any length of time should be fine. I did pick up the Festool version this morning and look at it in the shop, wondering whether I should be spending $700 or $150, and that is a little bit heavier than this, so this is quite nice and light. Overall, so far, from what I've played with it, it seems to work. The depth stop and the dust extractor are more novelties to sell the unit than they're not that practical. But, you know, they're there if you want them. So overall, what do I think? What kind of rating would I give it, and who would I recommend it to? All right, out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It seems well made, it's nice and light, and it's comfortable. It's losing points for dust extraction and the depth stop being poorly thought out. Other than that, I would have given it a higher score. So that's pretty good. And I do like the fact that it obviously fits in with the ecosystem of other batteries I've already got for things like my blower, which you've already seen. Who would I recommend it to? Anybody who needs a multi-tool occasionally. If you're someone that's doing skirting boards for a living and you're using this daily, this isn't the tool for you. But if you're like me and occasionally you have to cut in an awkward place that other things don't seem to get into and you can't even get a handsaw in there, which is why I bought this, then this is it. This is ideal. And I wouldn't bother spending any more, certainly not at this stage. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been some use, and I'm actually going to ask people to subscribe. I've only got a few subscribers, so I need 1,000. If we can top this up to 1,000 subscribers, that would be fantastic. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.